Hello everyone, this is Minoxen bringing you another high-definition commentary of Heroes of New Earth. This time I am joined by On a Prayer. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, excellent. Always good to have you. I had to do a solo cast the other night. It actually turned out to be a really interesting game. Wish you would have been there, but unfortunately it was like at 1 o'clock, so which would have been like 2 your time, so we were
Yeah.
just out of luck there. But we have a team matchmaking game before us here. This is going to be apparently an unfortunate squad from OQO, 3 members of that, and a couple of other folk here that got stuck with them, versus all of Clan SK, Angry Testy, Cardinal, Fogged, Beediz, and I suppose the somewhat recently added Korok, who we've done some other casts on.
Yeah, so I guess it's one of those things where you're in a game and then you go into your TMM, and you're like, all right, let's have a good match. And then you get matched up against the entire SK team. And then not only do you only have three of your own clan members, but you have two randoms. I don't know if they're randoms. I would assume so since they're not tagged up. But listen, you got to roll with the punches.
Yeah, for sure. That's not a position I'd like to be in, but it looks like it's going to be a good game here, so we'll just have to see how this pans out. Do you want to touch on the bans here real quick?
Yeah, right. So there was the Arachna, Swiftblade, Flint, Repulsor, Myrmidon, Pharaoh, Poliwag, and Bubbles. Poliwag's the only one I see here that's uh, quite interesting in my opinion. The rest of them are pretty solid. I mean, Pharaoh, Repulsor, Myrmidon's really, really strong. Arachna, after her web shot was changed so that it does magic damage per second. So it's now, I mean, she's really, really strong in a solo 1v1 lane. Like in the middle, it's just really good harass. And then Swiftblade is just one of those lame heroes that nobody likes to play against, but nobody really wants to play. Because whenever you take him, it's just like, really? You went and did that? So
Yeah,
there's
you
like,
don't want to have to
yeah.
pick against him. Picking someone obvious like a Pandemonium is a really good counter to Swiftblade, but not everyone wants to have to deal with that. They want to go with something a little more versatile.
Yeah, pretty much. Nobody likes a hero on the board that you have to pick around to counter. So that's pretty much why you get rid of all those heroes. Then you get rid of the ones that are just really hard to shut down. Like Repulsor's really. I guess we can go into it since there's. Do we even have time? Not really. So I guess we'll go. Maybe some other time. Just get into why. Because we always say these heroes are meant to be banned and then not really, I guess, discussed in depth. Because I assume people know, but maybe some people are tuning in for one of the first few times they don't really know, but I
Well, they can
assume
go
most
back and
people
watch
do.
some of our other casts where we've touched
Yeah.
a little more briefly on each of those. But yeah, as far as bands go, I'm not terribly surprised by any of those. Poliwag, yeah, like you said, that one does catch me as a little odd. And Myrmidon, I don't know. I don't know whether it's just I haven't seen him banned a ton or not. Everyone always wants to pick him, so they don't usually bother with banning him in the ones I've seen, because he is just so strong. He has so many disables there and a good escape mechanism. He's kind of the perfect little support guy.
Yeah, he also does a retarded amount of damage. His kelp field, is it? Yeah, does, or wheat field or something like that. Yeah, it has one of the most damaging spells at early levels.
Yeah,
And
I'm
it's,
still
of
waiting for him to
course,
get a little
yeah.
more nerf loving.
Well, the thing is that there's skill involved to a certain extent. Without boots, it's really hard to dodge some of his abilities at the early
But with a
stage of the
good
game.
team, you got to set up for it just about every single
Yeah,
time. If you got a
that's
long
pretty
range
much why
stun,
it's
that's
stupid.
you got a
Yeah.
guaranteed lineup, and then you hit them with the weed field, and then as soon as they're escaping from that, you hit them with the Magikarp, so they have to stand still again, and that means that they're probably going to die, and they're
Yeah.
still going to eat the damage.
Yeah, the thing is that the way you would balance it for that would be assuming that he's going to be running a tri-lane, and that means you're assuming that you're balancing the game entirely for competitive plays. I don't know if they were to nerf him solely for that reason, I feel like he might be a little bit.
He'd kind of become the Zephyr or whatever that
Yeah.
Zephyr once was there, where he got banned or he got nerfed down so hard just because of his pub performance. And he had a really good, strong capacity there in competitive play as well. And he is actually coming back into competitive a little bit. But Zephyr not being in this match, let's go ahead and try and cover on some of the heroes that are in this match. Following Pebbles right now, they've got on the Legion team, they have Vindicator, Aluna, Plague Rider, for some reason his name escaped me, Witch Slayer, and Pebbles, as I just mentioned. So, interesting lineup. They don't have a hard carry. I have yet to see Aluna actually fulfill her Intel carry, which is what S2 branded her as. I haven't really seen her used as that. I see her kind of as more of a nuke, and she's usually used as a support for the most part.
Yeah, she's really, really versatile because her spells afford like a few different play styles. I mean, she has a good escape mechanism. She has really good nuking, so she doesn't require items to really do a lot of damage because she has really long range, really long range nuke. I forgot what it's called. Is it called the same thing? It's power throw.
Power
Okay,
throw, yeah.
I think it's power shot on Windrunner and Dota.
Oh
So I
yeah,
guess
she did. As I saw that, first thing I thought was Windrunner from Dota, who has
yeah.
an attack. If anyone does not play Dota, it's very similar in nature, where she stands still for a moment and then shoots a very powerful shot out. Except hers has a slow on it too, so at least they didn't do that.
What? No, Windrunner, they added it? When I played, it didn't have a slow.
Oh, it had a slow on it whenever I played originally, but
Hmm.
it might have been nerfed at some point too. I haven't played Dota in a long time.
Yeah, same. But I think maybe it was originally, and then they changed it after that. Because she has her escape was slow peel, pretty much like Deja Vu, except that it's kind of interesting. The mechanic on it was fun. Anyway, moving aside from that one, she's really strong 1v1 because she hits really hard and she has a pretty good animation. So she's good 1v1, really good harass with her, with her power throw. That's why she's picked quite often. Also, well, of course you can get like support items on her, but like a puppet master, action at bottom actually.
Yeah, this Witchlayer's going to go down here. He does go ahead and turn around to get the stun off. I think that he would have been caught anyways, but very unfortunate there. Aluna losing her support early here, as they are trying to get her some little bit of experience from the looks of it. She didn't go the total support items. She is probably going to try and fulfill some of that more intel carry role, like I've just been mentioning there, that they keep toting for her. But she is going up against this tri-lane down here, and this is a pretty nasty situation with the Magnus Jeremiah combination. The Magnus being able to stun in and get a heal immediately done onto him, followed up by a Pyromancer stun, and it's just I think it's a pretty interesting lineup. You don't see it a lot, that's for sure, but with the double melee in that tri-lane situation, probably not going to see it in a truly competitive match, but...
Yeah, it's one of those amusing things. I mean, Magnus stuns in, then Pyromancer, and then you have the heal on top of it for just... maximum
bonification.
I guess that's a pretty good way of putting it. That would describe it exactly, actually. So it's kind of really lame. Thing is about these lanes, they don't actually get any. It's just about killing heroes. They just jump in on them over and over again. There's really no way to stop it, especially they have stuns at Witchslayer. That's why Witchslayer is not a good tri-lane hero. If you ask anyone, any team who runs tri-lanes, Witchslayer is not a good one because at level 1, like, he really does need levels. Level 1, he has, like, he stuns for what, like, it's like a 1-second stun pretty much. And it does really, really little damage. It was, I forgot what it's like. Trying to remember, it's like 100 maybe.
60 damage.
No, it was less than that. Yeah, I was gonna say 70, but then it seemed too little, so I'm like 100. But no, yeah, it's really, really little at level 1. So 1-second stun and 60 damage doesn't really do much for you.
Oh.
So
Vindicator catching a 4.5-second arrow top. He's just going to need a lot of harass for his effort here. Well, actually, since she did get the leap off, she might be able to pull this off. She's going to get this kill here. He's going to fight her as best he can, but I was just going to ask you that. And bottom, we actually have action going on. Pyromancer taking a lot of damage. They're trying to decide who they want to go on here. Aluna at half health and Witchslayer at half health. Pyro is going to go ahead and heal up now. Take this opportunity to heal up and come back in. Going to be landing something on this Witchslayer. Oh, misses. That would have probably netted them a kill.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he chose to auto attack first to give him like warning. They didn't see him there on the side, so she could have just stunned him first without auto attacking. But
I think that's just B-Diz being, being a nice guy that he is, and
I think
give him
so.
a heads up. So
a warning shot across the bow.
Yeah, there you go. So are we starting now? So.
Yeah, looks like some action though, which they're gonna get caught out right there, gonna get chain stunned, and yeah, no way he's getting out of that one. Magnus though, nice. Gonna disjoint that last auto attack, yeah.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask you, Top, who did you think was going on? Now it's kind of a little bit more obvious since she got the early kill on him. Vindy versus, oh, what's her face up there? Valkyrie. Who do you think is going to win that lineup without obviously having...
well,
now she's going to win it, but...
Yeah, well, Valkyrie gets Duck Boots as opposed to Mark of the Novices on Vindicator, so damage-wise they would be relatively even. But the Valkyrie would actually hit slightly faster because she actually has Duck Boots.
Attack speed bonus.
Yeah. So but without any just auto attacks alone, so she hits faster, right? And then of course her leap also gives her a little bit of extra attack speed. So a stand-up fight, definitely Valkyrie. And I mean, she's forced to use her leap to get away from that, but she has a bottle to regain the mana. So it's going to be a little back and forth, but I would expect Valkyrie to win it. As that archer sure took a little hit there.
He's going to be feeling that one tomorrow. She's just wanting to get rid of that mana so she doesn't have to worry about, she was trying to get a lucky arrow. It didn't quite turn out, but she's still probably going to pick up another kill here if she can get just a little bit more mana. She did use the last bottle charge, and she's going to go ahead and leap for the win. Probably will die in the process here. Oh,
nice,
greedy,
nice.
greedy. That will happen. So instead she gave Vindicator a 2 intel bonus.
Yeah, I think it's just a really between two single target. They're basically just right-clicking each other. So he kind of didn't want to back down, and then he thought he had the advantage. But really nicely played from Blue, just dodging in there into the fog. And when you leap into the tower at level 5, it's generally good things don't come of it. But if you can pull it off, it's always it's always fun. It's demoralizing to your opponent, but then when you do it and you don't pull it off, it's kind of like well. You've been demoralized. It's kind of like that. Some things that you do will actually demoralize the other laning opponent. I think he just thinks he's better than the guy right now. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to say something like that.
Oh, speaking of being a little bit better, they are going to go ahead and pull off that cheap-ass combo that we were discussing in the beginning with the Magnus stun, the Pyromancer stun to follow, and heal from Jerizai onto Magnus there, which is going to keep him healed up. So it's really kind of a nice strategy as far as it works out, because Magnus goes in, he's going to be taking some harassment because he just jetted into the middle of a fight, going to be taking some damage. Pyromancer follows up to keep him stunned, and then Jerry heals him. So Magnus is, back to where he should be, and they're waiting for their next chance.
Yeah. As for the build, actually, on Vindicator, typically if he was going to go the more carry-oriented build, he would be going, well, it kind of depends, but you'd go, Master's Incantation and stats. Instead, he's actually maxing out his Sage's Lore. I think it's because he wants to give himself a little lane dominance.
Yeah, keep the harass up.
Yeah, Master's Incantation build is actually more of a mid build because you have more room to work, or less room to work with, so you don't really have to worry so much. But if you're going to solo side lane, I think it's actually better that he did that.
Look at this Valkyrie hiding with this archer pecking at her. They
Where?
can't see me. She's bottom. This is
that
just...
happens sometimes.
She's been standing there this entire time. The 180 HP that she's missing is from that archer. So just did not notice him. It doesn't matter. They get the kill, and Valkyrie may go down to this tower here. Yes, she's gotta go down. Go down. Yeah, she does go down. And now Jerry and Pyromancer are finding themselves in a bad place, which they are probably going to be paying for this. Ultimately, as Magnus is going to loop around and get the kill, or not. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Thought that was coming.
Yeah.
However, we do have Vindicator decided to come join the party, and he's already used his Sage's Lore, so he's not going to be able to use that, but that would have been nice to have gotten off on Jerry. It would have forced him to go ahead and use Protective Charm. But Jerry deciding he needs to buy some boots is going to risk being caught out. There he goes. Aww. Perfectly blind. Yeah, let's just go ahead and throw that out there for fun.
Yeah. I think he just saw it, and he's like, alright, whatever. Just take it. He's like, alright, I will. But it was actually really nice that the power shot came out from Aluna onto Valkyrie. She ended up dying to the tower, but Jerizai actually used the Protective Charm on her to actually avoid that damage. I think, how does it work? It's superior magic. I'm not sure exactly. I don't play that often. Let me just double check. I think it's there's a projectile deals 10%. Where's the
type magic is what it says. So.
I think if it's the ultimate, in the ultimate though is when it changes
in the ultimate form it does that. Yeah, I was wanting to ask you on that. I have yet to play her. Someone had mentioned, I believe it was one of the other casters on GR was talking about her emerald. For each charge on it, it'll all dissipate if you don't use it after 10 seconds. I was under the understanding that it built up charges and you could use, like, if you wanted to use the staff 3 times in a row, you could. You just had to wait on the cooldown.
Yeah, no, they changed it. Originally, it was like that, but I think they changed it last patch to.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, no. Well, it's better now, I think. Oh, that was just painful.
Yes, it was. Complete obliteration.
Magnus stun, Jerizai heal, and then Thunderbringer ultimate on top of that. He just got, like, smacked up and down during that fight.
Yeah, flying
really
up in
like
the
those
air and then
ends.
driven
Yeah,
down
it's
by
like
the lightning bolt.
I'm waiting for that to happen in this game. Like Witchslayer stuns, and then Pebbles basically uses his combination. Like the way people bounce in the air, it's really amusing. So we can actually get to see that now. But actually a dive.
Yeah, they are going to go for it here. Magnus eating some damage. Oh, a nice shield going out to block the damage onto Magnus from Aluna's power throw, as they are going to be able to snag a hold of this Witchslayer. They can finish him quite handily, too. So, SK taking a little bit of an early advantage so far, being 4-8, 10 minutes into this game. Magnus actually picking up Steam Boots so far, not necessarily going for the total ward role that you usually see him in, I guess. Getting a little bit more of the tank here, and then probably going to be working on his portal key. I don't know if he's saving up gold yet or not.
Steam Boots are generally better on portal key heroes, just because you need the extra mana pool. Like swapping it over, yeah, will give you a significant mana boost. So generally, it's better. The only reason why people don't do it is if you're roaming more than staying in your lane, then you really want Striders to move around quickly. Otherwise, you're just spending a lot of your time just getting from one lane to the next. But if you're basically teleporting into a lane instead of roaming, it kind of really depends. But Magnus generally roams a lot more than he stays in lane. Anyhow, Steam Boots are the better choice. I don't know. Looks like Power Master's going for Steam Boots as well. Got his Apprentice Robe. Gonna go for Gloves of the Swift next. I think they vacated bottom lane. Aluna's just like standing there behind. It's actually a nice ward from SK right behind the tower, so that's pretty standard, but nice ward over there. There's another ward that spots the rune.
And Valkyrie hoping to make use of that rune. Oh, that was a pretty decent guess. Just about had it, as missed the arrow. And Aluna using her little maneuver there to give her that extra bonus out of there. They are going to take this tower down with the double damage, but going to make Magnus take some damage for it.
Yeah, so I'm not sure exactly right. Like I was saying about the Vindicator, so he went in the side lane, so definitely maxing Sage's Lore to really give himself more of a lane presence and lane dominance, because Master's Incantation is good, but I mean it's kind of a trade-off because it's really good damage 1v1, but I think
I'm kind of surprised he went ahead and took it to 4, because Valkyrie's abandoned the lane to him pretty much, once she started doing her little roam game, so he hasn't really had any competition up there, so Sage's Lore at this point's not going to be doing him any good, whereas if he'd gotten a Master's Incantation, or even just gotten a level up Glyph of Silence, another step there for that extra added silence duration, it could maybe have given him a little something. I would still imagine you'd want to go Master's Incantation, but...
Yeah. So this is like the typical build you would go like under normal circumstances. So.
Yeah.
So it's perfect fine. They're actually setting up for mid. I kind of.
Hopefully they'll get something from this Pebbles illusion here. I don't know if they're actually going to finally be able to draw something out. Nah, they've figured it out by now. But they are going to go ahead and run Valkyrie out here. So like, see guys, I was the one that was sitting over here waiting for the jump, not my entire team. Come on guys, why don't you defend this? And so Aluna and it looks like Pebbles may be falling prey to this ploy. We'll have to see here as Pebbles comes over here into a position where he can hopefully get a maneuver on this. They don't have any wards to be able to spot this, do they? They did have a ward to see him come over here, so... Oh, and it doesn't really matter because there goes the initiation. Magnus being picked off rapid fire as Plague Rider going down, unfortunately, to the melee from Valkyrie after the Pyromancer ultimate to make sure he did not escape. And so I guess a 1-for-1. And, whoa, did Magnus buy back?
He seemed to come back a little bit too quickly there.
And he's back in lane, and he has a TP cooldown, so he had to have came back immediately. He had to buy back and TP down. So, making him burn some gold for sure.
Well, at this stage of the game, it's not that much, though.
Luna going to eat the initiation. Oh, nice double tap being picked up there by Pebbles. Pebbles doing a pretty good job here so far. Unfortunately, I think he's going to be a little hurt on the way out of this fight. Will they be able to pick up the Thunderbringer? He does not have any more mana left, so the Sage's Lore is going to be doing some good damage. Oh,
that was
very
amazing.
nicely done. Pebbles here, manning up for the Legion team.
Yeah, really nice there. Checking they're both lords, so checking one to the other is go read a book.
And Plagueir actually did not get his ultimate out that fight. I don't know if he just now hit 6 or what, but by the time I noticed that he had his ultimate, he didn't have mana for it. I know he got picked off in the early parts of that fight, and then he respawned and walked his way back up here. but not sure if he had his ultimate to throw out in that fight or not.
Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention actually to the cooldown on it, or to if it was available to him. So I don't know. The Aluna actually, let me pull up my stat page because she seems to be Poe.
120 gold per minute.
Yeah, 19 and 4 at about 15 minutes in game. Definitely not where you want to be. Luna's really good last hitter, but considering the lane she was up against, they're kind of dual stun with a heal, and then magic immunity is definitely not an easy lane when you have a Witch Slayer and a Plague Rider. So yeah, I'm not surprised there. A little bit of stacking going on in the jungle. Looks like it was cleared by Pyromancer. I guess he wants his portal key by now. He has about, well, he's pretty far off it unless he has it in his stash, so.
Oh yeah, he is doing a little bit of... I'm watching this Valkyrie, waiting for her to get on this. Oh, there's the 4-second arrow, and she is going to go ahead and go on this Aluna. Aluna using her move to try and get out. Not going to be enough, as she does go ahead and eat the final auto attack.
I didn't see her try to stun. I'm not sure.
Actually, no, I didn't see her try and stun either. I think it's not on cooldown, so she didn't even bother trying to stun Valk off of her. And she has gone a 2-3-1 build. I don't know what the typical build is on her, but the last time I saw her, they were going for like a global type effect, so they got all of her power throw and her ultimate, and just had one stat in her other stuff there.
Yeah, I mean, she's only level 6, so people, the way it says that the ultimate's not worth picking up until you're level 8, so that your power throw's maxed out. And then it's better getting your stun. Like, it's better in team fights if you work it out that way.
Yeah.
Her ultimate's definitely worthwhile. I'm not sure, they changed it last patch, so I really don't want to start saying stuff and then it's gonna be, let me see a second. Yeah, so Emerald Red effect is no damage reduction per unit hit on power throw, but I thought it was like superior or like.
I know that it gets infinite range, on it, but I didn't know if it had its damage type change or not.
I thought it did, but anyway, maybe it's just not done properly, or if it is, then I guess I was just wrong. So someone in chat hopefully will have looked it up or read it recently.
Yeah, you can leave leave it down in the comments below to correct good old On a Prayer here, since he's obviously been slacking on his Han school.
Yeah, actually, I kind of have. I don't know. After the patch changes where there was just like random stuff going on, like torturers buffs, I was just like, it used to be exciting to see what kind of balance changes they would make, but then sometimes like it comes out and I don't really feel like reading them anymore. Just like, tell me what's broken and I'll just ban it.
Abuse it.
Abuse it or ban it, I suppose. But no, it's not that bad, but I guess I have been a little slacking. But anyway, so as for the team fights, yeah, so you have Pebbles Initiation. I kind of want Plague Rider to get a portal. I want Plague Rider to get one too, but I'll probably go for an Astrolabe.
Yeah, he doesn't need a portal key now. He's got that 320 movement speed. He's a baller.
Yeah, baller is 720 HP.
Well, I mean, you got to give and take here and there, so. Oh, there we go. He does go ahead and get the global silence out. Magnus is going to be stuck here not being able to do anything else. The ultimate from Jeremiah to try and save him, though. Whoa, they need to finish that Jeremiah off. I don't think Pebbles and them were quite expecting as much damage to be dealt to Jerry as they ended up seeing go out there. Jerry did not get his protective charm off in that fight, I don't think.
Yeah, Pebbles came with a really nice stun. Jeremiah's ultimate grants you basically near physical immunity,
yeah, but then you only get to choose one person to save from magical doom.
Yeah, pretty much. So if you want to counter, there's like a lot of ways to counter some heroes. Jeremiah's, it's like if you're against a Vindicator, they're kind of the opposite. If you're against a Vindicator, you want to get your really hard physical DPS. So in Vindicator ultimates, you can kind of DPS your way through it. So that's your way, but if you're against Jeremiah, it's the opposite. You want to get your really heavy nukes to throw out when he has his ultimate. Otherwise, he's really a game changer, kind of like Vindicator.
This Vindi's kind of confusing me, by the way.
He's
gone ahead and picked up Astrolabe. Would you have expected that?
That's Dota build. You built
well, I know that you can build him like with a supportish kind of
it wasn't really a support. It's kind of like because you get your damage from stealing intel.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So the longer you survive in fights, and the more your aura helps out your team, and the more you get kills, you kind of you get your damage. Because right now he gets Plus 12 intelligence. So
I see.
you know, it kind of works out that way.
Did
So
they
it's
change
also
him
for
in
his
Dota
aura
to the way that he is currently, where he gains it in an area of effect, or was it? Because the last time I'd played Dota, it was like I think how Vindy was originally here, to where if
from
he got the
his.
last hit, he got the intel. But now
Yeah,
it's just if he was included in the killing spree or whatever you call it.
I think so. It's been ages since I played, and I never really liked Silencer much. So I don't remember. I think it worked off your dot, right? If you killed from your dot.
No, it was just kills in general. You could manage to get a kill. You had to
Yeah.
get one level into, I guess, what Glyph of Silence is, or etc. No, it might have actually been part of his ultimate or something. Once you got his ultimate, you could start stealing intel. I can't recall. But, you know, so I was just curious, since you said it was a Dota build, to go tanky on him, but Astrolabe being a good, you know, it does give the armor and the extra bits there that it can also grant. So I guess it does give him a little bit more of a survivability than I don't know. He's going for more of a team tankiness than just sole. I'm gonna get this item because it's the biggest HP item for me. The biggest survival quotient.
It's kind of like you could say, well, why not get a Nullstone? It's because, well, if you're like, he wants to be alive, right? But he wants to be alive with his team. If you're the last one alive with the Nullstone as a Vindicator, you're not really in a good position. So a lot of heroes that get Nullstone, you typically wonder why they do it. So he's like one of those that people say get a Nullstone, but definitely Astrolabe is better because it actually keeps your entire team alive, which is better than yourself. Because if you're, yeah, like I just said, if you're the last one standing as a Vindicator, you're not really doing much. Maybe later in the game when you're, you know, buffed out the wazoo.
The
But,
wazoo.
yeah, the wazoo. So it's gonna be interesting to see what else he goes for after that. If he's really gonna go for that kind of a build, then I assume he'll get either a Shaman's Headdress, because they do have a lot of magic damage, so he can survive more, or he'll get you know, the Culture Sheepstick. I don't know, Hellflower is really good, but you don't typically see it that often, just because Sheepstick does give you better stats, and sheeping someone over Hellflowering is definitely a better disable. So I mean, there is a little bit of the damage boost on Hellflower when you do have them under the effect. It does now give a lingering trail, so you see where they're going. I mean, it's all right. You know, they're buffing it little bits. I think it's pretty balanced right now. But overall, Sheepstick's pretty much.
Silent
A
Stick is
better
one of
bet.
those items that you can pick up also on a budget there as well, to where you can piece it together over time. Whereas Sheepstick takes a little bit more change in the bank.
Yeah, that too. I mean, the Great Arcana is definitely good mana regen and good stats, good attack speed. While if you were to get a Sheepstick, you'd either get your Mana Tube, which just gives you, you know, your regen, or you get a Blessed Orb, which isn't really regen, but it's stats. Yeah, so like you're saying, but typically if you're getting Sheepstick on a hero, then it means that they're actually gonna farm it. So I don't know.
Looks like Vindy's coming up here top, hoping to be able to soak up some intel, maybe from a Pebbles initiation. Pebbles does get his move off there, but unfortunately Vindy is not in range for.
Yeah, they changed it, so it's the range on the aura is now 800 or something. So it's, you have to actually be pretty close with Vindicator to get your.
Wasn't it 1,000 originally? Or?
Yeah, it was. They did the same with Devour, I think, or if I'm not mistaken. They kind of felt like it was too much.
There we go. Pebbles trying to do his best to get the teammate, you know, nice and close there to the Thunderbringer that was going down. So a nice little bit of pushing action here. Kind of surprised that SK has not responded, you know, sent anyone up here to try and help out with that, because that's two players going down right in a row. You know, Magnus has two homecoming stones on him, and Thunderbringer had one as well. They might have been able to have mounted some sort of a defense. Instead, they're just going to say let it go.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, they know. I would assume they know Vindicator's ultimate is down, since they're keeping track of when he uses it. So they should have gone in there and defended it, but instead they just, you know, they just let it go. So I don't know, I mean, it's nearly 3 minutes long. So I don't know, but I think they're just waiting for them to get items. Like they want their really good items on the heroes. Like only level 1 spell shards on Thunderbringer. Valkyrie probably want to wait until she gets her Frostburn, so they're just really passive right now. Although Magnus does have his portal key.
Oh, he did go ahead and pick it up. Yes, he does. He has that. I'm trying to click on people here just real quick to spot items. If there's anything peculiar stands out.
Hmm.
Oh!
Yeah.
I went to Pebbles and heard stuff going on, but didn't get to the action in time. As they do
Yeah.
go ahead and pick up the kill onto Blue.
Pebbles kind of went in there with haste because he knew he could get away if he had to. So he went in there, he stunned, but Protective Charm came out, you know, just in time. So no damage on Pyromancer. But then in comes Vindicator, who's walking in there with his insanely fast move speed. And he just kind of walks up and he's like, "Where you at, Pebbles?" He's like, "I'm back."
I'm back.
And then he's just, I mean, there's nowhere for him to go. He's really one of the slower heroes. He has really, really, really long attack range, does Vindicator. But it's like 600 range. It's like Arachna range, although Arachna might be a little better. But he has really bad move speed. All the heroes with really imba range have, except for Plague Rider, that's why, you know, he has really, really good attack range. It's like kind of the same. It's not as good. I think it was like 550
versus 600, yeah.
So he has, but I mean, for the range and his attack and for the speed that he has, it really doesn't make sense. It's kind of a toss-up between the two. Like, you'll have heroes with pretty good, you know, attack speed or whatever, but I don't know. It kind of has to be a trade-off. So
it's called balancing.
Yeah.
Take
like,
from one side of it, you gotta put on another.
Yeah, it's like Soda's incredibly annoying, but his range isn't the greatest, so he gets caught out of position a lot.
I'm still thinking he's gonna need a little bit of tweaking. Me and On a Prayer were discussing that before the match, and I still feel that Plague Rider is probably gonna need a little tweak in the negative direction this time around. That movement speed bonus and.
Yeah, I just really don't see why they did it. It didn't seem.
He wasn't a. You didn't see him a lot, I think, was part of the problem on that. You know, there's just so many other people that they put into that position instead. So they were just trying to bring him a little bit more to the forefront, and by giving him that little bit of boost, I think it's helped him out more than anticipated. Since they didn't, I mean, I just thinking about it, I wouldn't have, you know, right off the wall have said, "Oh God, give him that little movement speed bonus, he's going to be killer now." But that movement speed does add up over time, being able to get in there, get those auto attacks off and such. Oh, Magnus Ultimate was built up in the background. I was wondering if he was going to get it off since they were all kind of backing up, but Aluna was kind enough to volunteer her now flower-ridden corpse. That's kind of peculiar.
Yeah, what did Aluna actually go for? Tablet of Command. Interesting. Alright.
So she did.
The tablets. Ooh, yeah.
That was a bad idea. Why on earth would you do that? Why, Pebbles?
No idea.
Oh. That's in the last game I commentated, there was one of those moments like, okay guys, well, we're done here. Dusts his hands off, goes to use a TP while the rest of his teammates running away, and he ends up eating a stun immediately. So I just not sure exactly what. I think he could have made it out on foot. He would have eaten some harass into the tower maybe, but right now we're sitting at a 8,000 experience lead and a 7,000 gold lead for this SK Gaming, and they're gonna expand that out a little bit here with this defense tower pickup.
Yeah, definitely one of those things. Like, he also tried to teleport out in plain sight. Like, even if you're gonna teleport because you think you're safe, but you know that people are around, just like go into like a little corner. You know, it's okay to hide sometimes.
Could have looped around the other side of the trees.
Yeah,
he was just that close. He could have, you know, if he was that desperate.
It's like that's what they say. You know, if you're in a certain predicament, you gotta have your back to a wall or to some trees. You can't be standing out in the open like that.
Spell Shard's level 3 on Thunderbringer now, so
wow,
that's
so
gonna
he has that.
Give him all the more potent nuke-isms.
Yeah, definitely they have what they need to push, so I hope they're going to group up and end this game shortly because, I mean, they don't have a really hard carry. I mean, they have Valkyrie who hits, you know, can scale pretty well because she attacks really, really fast, but...
What is Thunder thinking down here?
Did he just, like, walk up there in the lane?
Well, he's been down here in lane while everybody else was kind of backed and, you know, already heading back to their side of the river, and he's like, don't worry, dudes, I got this wave, then I'm out, I promise, smiley face, and they're like, no, let's go help him, so they all turn around, but by then Pebbles has jumped on him and turned him into pebbles, as it were. Valkyrie actually going to try and chase down this Aluna. Not sure if he's going to be able to pick up the kill on it. The stun does come out this time from Aluna, and other kills are going down. Magnus does die. Aluna going to be having to have... Oh, Valkyrie is doing a tower dive forward. Oh, Tablet Command not enough to be able to dodge the last auto attack. Plague Rider, though, throwing the ultimate out. Oh, which is disjointed at the last second. That is just... Oh, I'd be so angry. Oh.
Yes, that's pretty nice. I don't know why Luna didn't use tablet a little earlier on. I could have instead
Yeah,
of running.
had it on cooldown at some point, and maybe
Yeah.
had a second one. I didn't see her use it that entire chase up until the
Yeah.
last moment when it finally dawned on her.
Yeah. It's like, hey, I'm about to die. Why don't I push myself forward?
Oh.
I don't know, but kind of good at jumped over the ledge over there instead of running all the way around, giving Valkyrie the opportunity to kind of chase her. Because Valkyrie had already used her leap to get up onto, in attack range originally.
Do we mention Pyromancer has his portal key now?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Yeah, he has his portal key now. He just tried to grab that Plague Rider. I don't know if you spotted that or not. He blinked in there, missed his stun horribly. Was anticipating Plague Rider to be running back for some reason. He did not, but he went ahead and carried through with his ultimate and Dragon Wave anyways, and or Phoenix Wave, and left Plague Rider with a couple hundred HP left to escape. So, not the best of planning, but.
It's always one of those moments, and then they'll tell you like, well, if I was playing against pros, he would have dodged. Yeah. You were bad and you missed. Live with it. Nice. He's actually trying to hide right now. Nope, he's just gonna go over the edge there. Yeah, I mean, it's sometimes you jump in there and they really don't notice you coming, and you jump in and you think they you think they notice you, and they're going to move, and it's like you miss your turn. Like, how could you miss? Like, I thought he was gonna move, but he's just clueless. Alright, so Magnus is there with a protective charm.
He
looks like he's
so
going
lucky
for
he did not
shards.
just happen to step into that arrow, because he didn't have any vision on it, so he didn't know it was coming, but just got lucky and happened to be in his backward step whenever it came by. As Pebble's going to go ahead and open and initiate onto Jerizai. The silence coming out, so he is going to have the extra damage dealt to him. Oh, he does get the heal off, though. Now he's silenced. Witchslayer going to be using the ultimate onto Valkyrie. Oh, these guys are so separated right now. If he doesn't get this Valkyrie kill, I'm going to be so upset. There we go. Say, come on, guys, play as a team. Vindicator taking a lot of damage here. Magnus going to have to try and back up. I don't know why he's really backing up, because Thunderbringer's dead, and he has no mana to contribute whatsoever, so maybe he's just hoping to get a block off, do a little bit of melee harass. But Pyro to the rescue anyways, so... Oh! Nice timing.
Yeah,
as the Pebbles blink comes in just when he needed it.
Yeah, no hesitation from hesitation. Alright. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, actually really funny, Jerizai got tossed up as he was casting his protective charm. So, kind of like the bubble appeared and then it got like popped before it would fully form.
Yeah, that's the second time that's happened, that he's been mid-cast on it and it didn't quite get through.
Yeah. It's one of the cooler animations that, when it gets cancelled, it's like you see the bubble and you think it gets off, but just not enough. It's like, you see how close you were in yet so far. Yeah, I thought I saw spell shards being attempted on Magnus, so interesting over there.
Oh,
typically after the portal key on Magnus, he goes for, some...
survivability?
Yeah, Nullstone, Shrunken Head, headdress.
Speaking of survivability, Pyromancer getting his ass kicked by these Ancients. They're 3 Dragon Masters. I guess he's managed to thin out the rest of the herd and he's just stuck with these now. So I don't think he's going to be able to get that final Dragon Master without... no, since they turned around right there, he'll be okay.
Yeah.
But he was
why he doesn't just like
so
wait for some bonus attack speed.
Yeah, get him just a little bit more DPS. He has mana and he's going back to base anyway, so I don't know why he's taking his sweet old time about it.
I don't know. I mean, he attacks really fast. What level is his fervor? It's level 2, so it's still pretty good. Plus 30 attack speed per charge. Anyway, so...
Has S2 deemed what this thing is that she's riding? Have they named this abomination that
it
is?
It's been labeled raccoon.
It's labeled a raccoon?
Like, yeah.
Well, I was trying to think of some kind of a mixture between like a griffin wolf and a raccoon. So it's kind of... I don't know.
I deemed it odd.
Yeah. I don't know why on earth they went with that. Why? Oh, did that eat his ult? It still went off. I'd be pissed off. Man, did you see that? Witchslayer's ultimate went out as Jerry cast the shield, and I guess it was still in transit somehow, so it counted?
Oh, yeah, of course. That's yeah, it can work that way.
Jerry gonna go ahead and TP out here. Oh, the stun coming out from Aluna, though, is going to stop his plans of escape. And the bounce from Plague Rider ultimate. Wow, all those lovely creeps sitting there, and it bounces between the heroes for like the most maximum distance. Yeah, there we go. Magnus talking about the wild bounces, that's for sure.
Yeah, every once in a while you
Never
just,
pans
you
out
know,
that way.
yeah. That never feels good when that happens. It's like so many creeps around. It's like when you're against a Swiftblade and he uses ultimate.
Yeah, and you're the only one who
And
takes
it's
it.
like, yeah, or he hits like one slash on a creep and all the rest goes to you, and it's like, really? It's like you're...
Yeah, I've been in a team fight before where, of course, I always play support too, so I'm a nice squishy target he wants to grab hold of and get rid of. So it's a whole team fight. All 5 of my teammates are running along with me. He comes out of invis and ulti's on top of me, and every single bounce of his ulti hits me. Right in a row. It doesn't bounce to anyone else, it just hits me every single time. So I was a little disgruntled in the chat there for a while, but I got over it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things like, alright, I'll take it. Especially if your team ends up winning the team fight, then it's like, alright, well, screw you.
Yeah, we got the Swiftblade afterwards, so I was a little happy about that, I guess, but it's still just one of those, it's like, God, we could have killed Swiftblade if it had just bounced on someone else a couple of times, and I would have gotten experience and gold and everything. I'd have been happy.
Yeah, plus 20 intelligence on Vindicator. He's not hitting that hard though. I mean, he doesn't have any other item except for his Astrolabe, but he does hit for about 120. Looks like he's gonna get he's gonna get just in the nick of time.
Gold. So he's sitting on it, waiting for something here. What do you think he's gonna be going for now?
He could go for Storm Spirit.
He did go and pick up a Blessed Orb.
Alright, well, I assume he's gonna go for a Cauldron Sheepstick unless he's going for an Elstone. But I mean, he couldn't. It's good for, I guess, Pyromancer Ultimate and I guess Thunderbringer Ultimate and some stuff, but I assume he's gonna go for
Will it eat
a
the
Cauldron
Thunderbringer
Sheepstick.
ult?
Yeah, it will.
Okay, I was not aware of that, me showing
Yeah,
my
but
noobishness.
Chain Lightning, I believe it eats it too, so...
Yeah, any of those little targetable spells like that. I just didn't... I figured since I was a global, it might not actually trigger it.
Yeah, it works the same for, like, Vindicator's Ultimate too.
Oh, nice Magnus ultimate there, but unfortunately he doesn't really have any teammates around, so he's kind of stuck there donating some intel to Vindicator.
Yeah, I think he thought he was a boss with his spell shards, but...
Yeah, he's like, dude, this ulti is gonna so kill all of them instantly.
Just got fired.
Yeah, and Pebbles does buy back here. Is he going to be able to make anything of this is the question. He's running back in here, going to try and get something going. He does manage to get a combination off onto Valkyrie, who's surprisingly quite tanky. Is going to go down, though. And now Jeremiah, left to his own here, is going to try and jet out. I think he's going to make it. Yes, he does.
Yeah, it's the ultimate escape. Just, like, protective charm yourself in TP.
Until they get Nullfire or something like that. That's I've had that as Jeremiah once or twice.
Or you get like a Savage Mace and then hope for a lucky thing. Or a Basher. That too.
Yeah, have a Scout pop out on you.
Yeah.
Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, that was interesting by Magnus. I think he overestimated his ability.
Yeah, you could say that. He was completely way ahead of his team there, and they weren't quite ready for that initiation.
Although Plague Rider's in a little bit of a predicament.
Oh, his Spell Shard's level 1. He's not even he's not even to the level 3 yet, and he was planning on taking the whole squad down.
Yeah, this is definitely going a little bit too deep right here.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I got Jerry with me. We're cool, dudes. We cool. We got this.
Yeah,
throws his arm around him.
Let's see what's going on there. Jeremiah, I don't think he's tanky at all. Like, he has actually Steam Boots, Ring of the Teacher, and vestments, so I think he'd survive a little more often, but unfortunately not. Those darn creeps.
Not quite the same Jeremiah that you and I got to cast that one game where he was just waiting to see how long he could dance around in circles while the other team was dealing damage to him.
Yeah, turns out he couldn't dance that well or that far.
Oh, good times. I remember that cast. That's a good one.
Yeah, looks like the Barrier Rattle is going to be picked up by the Switch Slayer, so definitely a nice worthwhile pickup on the team. Once they get rid of that, it's only going to come down to the Valkyrie. And between the Valkyrie and the Luna Vindicator, I feel like he'll come up a little bit short over there, especially I think I saw... Well, Vindicator is going to go for his Cult Sheepstick, so once he finishes that, definitely going to be able to get rid of their only DPS. Going to work out quite well over there.
Whoa, did you see that move from Valkyrie? Look at where she's standing right now.
Let me see. Yeah.
She used her leap. At least caught it on camera, so if nothing else, you can watch the replay. But She was standing over there, kind of where Jeremiah is, but further down, closer to the next tree. And she was positioning herself, you could tell, and she used her leap, and she landed right perfectly exactly where she's at and stopped. So there's one of those nice little SK secrets, I guess, that they've got to position yourself so you don't get caught in the initiation if it does go out while you're kongoring. Because I'd imagine they probably can't spot her right there, can they?
No. Yeah, it's one of those things, though, those little ledges, if you're just up, like if you're just above it, they can be like walking right by you, but they'll never know you were there. It's kind of amusing.
Sneaky, sneaky. I'll have to definitely pay attention
to that. Any ledge, like if you have a tablet of command and just like get yourself on those little things, they just, they can blind send you, of course, but they won't see you. People sometimes think that they can still see you because you're right near them and you're not that high up, so it defies logic in a certain sense, but they really can't see you guys, so it's a good place to be sometimes. Shrunken Head on Pebbles. I assume he's going to go for the Demonic Breastplate next instead of a Frostwheel Plate since he went. I mean, that's typically something you want for survivability. Once he has a combo, he doesn't really need that much, especially he's hitting, what, like 0.4 or something? 0.488, my bad. Oh, he does hit 305 per hit, so that's definitely interesting. I'm actually being messaged in Skype.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll take over for just a little bit here. As yeah, I was going to be mentioning there the BKB on that, but we do have the Acolyte staff being picked up onto Vindicator there to go along with his Blessed Orb. So he is well on his way. Magnus at level 2 spell shards now. This the Sage's Lore being cast onto Magnus. He is going to go ahead and be forced to use another Steam Bath as his teammates are preparing to line up here to help him out. Well, at least Pyromancer, so they might be setting themselves up into a bad situation here, kind of depending on how this turns out. But the nice warding from BDiz here is going to be able to give him a little bit of vision and see exactly who's around. Probably not want to go on these guys anymore now, so Magnus kind of waiting for his teammate to phone in the results, I guess. Where'd we have Aluna go? Oh, is that... They are going to be wandering past this Pyromancer. Is he just waiting for someone to go by? That's... SK is just being so sneaky this game. As they do have a minor experience lead and about a 3,500 gold lead. Oh, and there's the portal key usage to go ahead and jet himself out of there right as the last second is... he walked by. Oh, Jeremiah, though, perfectly using on his moment there to get his shield up and is now going to be perfectly fine. However, Pyro's still kind of in a bad position. Does go ahead and blink to get himself out of there, jets towards middle, and now everything is right as it should be in the world. So, Thunderbringer has picked up a Staff of the Master to go along with his spell shards, so his ultimate doing a ton of damage now. Basically, if you have no magic armor, it's doing 570 true damage at this point, since spell shards level 3 nullifies all of your base magic armor. Valkyrie picking up a Geometer's Bane and Ice Brand. So she is getting built, has that token on her still, so that's going to be very crucial in this next team fight. Going to have to see how this pans out. She is going to be trying to do a little bit of the baiting here for this team, since she does have that extra life. They know that she's going to be doing this. Obviously, the rest of the squad's not anywhere else, so they're just waiting for this moment to pan out. As, oh, Vindicator gets caught out on his own. Unfortunately, the arrow does miss from Valkyrie. She is going to have her token used. They really need to get out of here and make the most of this pickup while they can. Unfortunately, Vindicator is probably going to go down to the Valkyrie melee. And apparently Jeremiah going down middle as well. And so now we have Vindicator down, Jeremiah down, and a Valkyrie that is running amok. So... Oh, and the Thunderbringer ultimate's down as well, so we're going to have to try and keep an eye for when that's going to be back up. That was... I'm imagining it was pretty... Oh, Plague Rider ultimate did not even get out that time. So, again, another Plague Rider ultimate not being used. The only time I think that I've actually seen him use it was on the Valkyrie as she leapt away and disjointed it. So, kind of unfortunate at least, I would say. But... Oh, look at that. The perfect swap going out. It's like as though Magnus is Andromeda or something. or Pebbles Andromeda, however you want to look at it. As the Plague Rider ultimate does finally go out, it is ultimately disjointed there at the last second, so it did not complete its whole bounce. 5-second arrow on Aluna. They've got to get a little defense here for. No, they're not going to be able to follow up. They do go ahead and have Pyro Jet in to try and finish off Witch Slayer, but now it's leaving the rest of his team in a little bit of bad shape. Will Pebbles have enough to get to them? 3 seconds. Oh, Magnus Ultimate coming out. Barrier Idol is up, though, so it's going to absorb a lot of that damage. They are going to pick up the Plague Rider kill, though. Vindicator is now back in the fight. The question is he going to be a presence? He's already trying to retreat back out of here as fast as he can. Pebbles is going to go down. Vindicator taking a lot of damage just from the residual spells coming out. The vote for coming out for the Legion to concede, so... Oh, that is... Nah, they can't concede this right now. It's not that bad. It's 29-24. It's a 3,800 experience lead, a 7,000 gold lead. Maybe they're just pissed off because he didn't have a teammate come and help him. But the stun comes out onto Thunderbringer. Now we've got some follow-up here. They are going to go ahead and try and run down Thunderbringer, waiting for this charm to wear off. And if all else, maybe be able to pick up a Jereziah. The ultimate comes out from Thunderbringer, though, this second time around. The intel being picked up by Vindicator, +4 intelligence, being picked up onto Vindicator, so he's having a good time. So that's really nice for him. He is now currently at +28 intelligence, which give him a nice boost. Plague Rider, or not Plague Rider, Pyromancer, wetting his lips, dreaming of this Witch Slayer in the worst ways possible, and ultimately going to take out his frustrations on Antlings instead. So at this juncture, we do have Pyromancer with the Blessed Orb. Let's go over the items here real quick. We have a Sustainer picked up on Thunderbringer in addition to his current holdings. Jereziah really hasn't progressed much more from where we saw him last. Spell Shard's level 3 now on Magnus. I think it was level 2 last time I spotted it. I can't recall now. Pyromancer with that Blessed Orb we just mentioned. Geo and Icebrand. So, not a huge amount of change here coming out yet so far on items on the Hellborn. What do we have coming out from the Legion side? We do have the Sheep Stick finished on Vindicator. I don't think I saw that come out in the last fight, so looking forward to seeing that come out this next time. Luna has her Tablet of Command and a Great Arcana. Plague Rider running around with his Barrier Idol and throwing some armor onto his little buddy. Oh, wait, so we have a Barrier Idol. Unaprayer was mentioning that before. I was thinking that. I was like, wasn't it someone else who was getting that for the Legion? So, Plague Rider picking up a Barrier Idol, along with Witch Slayer, who is well on his way to one. Just needing to pick up the recipe now. Maybe they went ahead and just said, Plague, go ahead and pick it up, and that way we can have 2 of them. But not a god-awful pickup, I would say. But just kind of a little redundant. And Pebbles, still not working anywhere past where he was just a while ago. Has his Shrunken Head and Portal Key, being a nice, mean guy that he is. Hitting for a whopping 315 damage, but of course hitting very, very slowly. And let's see where some of these folks are in gold per minute. We have Vindicator at 268 gold per minute, and Pebbles leading the pack for the Legion at 313. They are going to be trying to pick up this Thunderbringer, who has decided, oh, let me pop my ultimate because it seems like there's a whole lot of people missing, and oh my god, they're coming for me. But instead, they do go ahead and get Magnus to bust his ultimate and waste it. So nicely done there. At least they managed to get that out. Gonna have to depend and see what else they can get them to pop up here, as there is 4 of the Hellborn facing off against 5 of the Legion. And yet, the Legion is not going to go into here because they are a little wounded. Maybe they're going to back up and lick their wounds and continue on their way, as Pebbles has gone to pick up this regen rune. If they can get a nice quick pick off here, that'll be nice, but they've got this Valkyrie waiting off in the wing here to be able to come in. Getting all that much closer to her Frostwolf Skull, by the way. Does have her Blessed Orb. The Valkyrie ultimate going out now to go ahead and help out. The Silence coming out as well, so they're not going to be able to completely come in here, but still it's enough to postpone the initiation, as it were. Thunderbringer eating a lot of damage. Unfortunately, the Plague Rider ultimate bouncing almost entirely between creeps. Pyromancer does go down. Vindicator picking up another little bit of damage for that, for his effort. Magnus, though, coming back in, gonna jet in here. Not the best of ideas. I don't know what he was thinking. Who are they hoping to pick off? Plague Rider? Was it worth it? I wouldn't think so, but okay. However, Pebbles now being caught out as being a little greedy, has a Thunderbringer who is very angry, hitting him with everything that he's got. And Magnus did buy back. He is back in this fight, does jet back in, does do some damage to Plague Rider. Plague Rider goes down to Thunderbringer. Magnus going to go down to Vindicator now. So, wow, On a Prayer picked a hell of a time to actually leave. Since we are pretty action-packed, as this is a huge comeback coming out from the Legion team here. They have had a really good performance so far at this top lane. Are you back yet, On a Prayer? And that's a no. So I guess I'm going to have to cover the last bit of this game by myself. So very interesting here. I was not expecting to see the comeback from the Legion team as pinned down as they were there. They have 38 intelligence now on this Vindicator after those team fights. That has picked him up really quickly. They are going to take down the defense tower. I don't know if they're going to be able to go ahead and finish it. Oh, sticking around a little too long as Pebbles eating the ultimate Thunderbringer and going to be going down because of it. So Plague Rider also going down, but Pebbles did buy back pretty much immediately there, it looks like. So he is on his way back. I don't know if that buyback was necessary. Hopefully he can try and make something out of it, since not much point to have bought back at that juncture unless he's just wanting to get back to his farm. Kongor is up, and I see a ping coming out from the Legion onto Kongor, so they're going to try and grab this illusion rune and probably use it to do a little bit of Kongor warding, as it were, and see if they can spot him whenever they have whenever they start to go for the Kongor. So a nicely placed illusion to try and draw the the information from Kongor when he's being done. Plague Rider going to armor up, run in here, along with Aluna, who now has finished her Hellflower and has also a Shaman's Headdress to go along with all of that. So that nice last push was a really big boon to the Legion side here. You're going to see a really good amount of pickups and things here. On a Prayer, is that you?
Yeah.
Okay, I heard a noise that time. Sounded like someone was back. But you just missed out on a bunch of stuff, buddy.
Damn.
You want me to... Where are you at in the game? Did you leave it playing, or...?
Yeah, I left it playing.
Okay, I'm at 51, 53, 54, 55. Okay,
yeah,
good.
We're actually exactly synced up, yeah.
Excellent. So, yeah, the Legion had one hell of a coming out party as they all left their base after they'd been pinned down and lost that middle fight. They pushed back up the top lane, managed to get a kill onto a wayward, I believe it was Magnus initially there, and then he bought back immediately, came back into the fight, and they just kept picking him off, and there was a couple buybacks that fight, so a really big turnaround coming here. It's now a 3,000 experience lead in favor of the Legion now for the first time in a while now, but a nicely played comeback here thus far. So looking forward to see what happens. Of course, we're at the stage in the game where a genocide is pretty much going to decide the fate here, I would say. Maybe not. Not quite yet, but a genocide is going to be devastating to whoever it has happened to them right now, since all of the exterior towers are down there. If they decide to go ahead and push this top as the Legion, then they'll be able to get the Raxes out. And I think I just lost my game sound for some reason.
You had that happen to you before we started, right?
Yeah, I had that happen, and I had to restart the game, and they just got to pick off onto Witch Slayer, so now they're going to feel they can do this Kongor. So I apologize. I have lost audio for some reason. Not sure exactly why.
You want to pause and...
Oh, no, wait, here we go. Okay, maybe it was just... You sounded normal, but my volume went down for some reason. Maybe I tweaked my volume control. But I can hear him now, because I was like, what is that noise? Pyromancer.
Funny thing in Kongor, actually, Thunderbringer used his Lightning Blast onto Kongor, and it spotted their ward that they put in there. So.
Oh, lame. They had a ward in there? Okay, I didn't see that they had one.
I saw them kill it, so...
I knew that they had the Pebbles illusion had been sitting in there. He did grab that. Oh, Restoration Stone picked up on Thunderbringer now. That is different from the last team fight that they had go out, so that's going to be one big ace up the Hellborn sleeve.
Yeah, they did have the barrel rattle, right? I think he was going for it last I checked, but actually didn't pick it up yet. Went for a tablet of command.
Yeah, I actually have two. That was something else I noted while you were gone. Bearer Idol picked up on Plague Rider. You may remember that Witch Slayer was working towards that very same item and still has the majority of the components for it. So I guess Plague Rider just beat him to it.
Yeah, looks like he decided to go for a tablet of command over that one. And what did Aluna pick up? Last I checked, she was.
She had a Hellflower now, last
Oh,
I'd
wow,
seen.
nice.
Yep, Hellflower and Shaman's Headdress. I don't remember that on her. She had the Mystic Vestments, but she must have picked up enough there to have gone ahead and turned it into a Shaman's.
And then Vindicator actually went with the nice Shrunken Head instead. How much extra intel does he have right now? Yeah, plus 38. Nice. So they're actually in a pretty good spot. Has Sheepstick, Shrunken Head, Astrolabe. Pebble's the only one I see that doesn't have an additional item pickup since I went MIA.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't picked up anything else here. I don't believe. He's pretty much been sitting kind of where he was. I think he got the initiation on. I don't know. I'm not sure how many of the actual kills he's picked up since then. As the Hellborn is deciding they're going to go ahead and creep this bottom woods and maybe go ahead and do a push on this bottom lane here as well. Yeah. Oh, Vindicator, don't go out there by yourself, buddy. If they lose you, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, Cauldron Sheepstick actually finished on Pyromancer.
Oh, that's another item that was not in the last fight as well. So some major item pickups going out here since this last fight. The ultimate does go out from Vindicator. The Plague Rider ultimate going to be bouncing in between the Valkyrie illusions, but unfortunately I think the Invis interrupted its bounce once again. I think he did that the last fight. Vindicator going to be going down. Magnus ultimate, nice initiation coming out here. They are going to be able to get close to a genocide if they do not get a genocide. And this Legion team is not going to have enough gold to buy back for all of them. Vindy's definitely not going to be able to buy back, but Pebbles is back in action, but he's not going to be able to mount enough of a defense. I think this might be the end here for the for the Legion.
Yeah, full HP Jeremiah, Thunderbringer, Pyromancer. This looks to be.
I think that their big misstep there was that they decided they wanted to go out and meet them. At that, why would you even bother do that? I would have waited for them to make the push, and then you can get your silence out, your initiation from Pebbles, and start the fight out with your favor.
They gave up the high ground to go meet them. Like, if they're coming towards you, there's really no point in going outside base. I see it a lot of times. The only time we do that is when they have like a polywog and he's about to double ward your tower, so you don't want them to actually get near it. But unless yeah, it didn't really make sense for them to actually go out. But oh well, they decided to. I guess they thought they had it or something. They only had one ward placed that I think they were out of range of actually when they had backed out, and they still chased out of range of that ward, so they didn't see anything.
Frostwolf also on Valkyrie now. But yeah, that's got to be the end of this one. I don't imagine that they're going to be able to recover from this. It was pretty close leading up until this point. I mean, they had gotten a nice comeback. They were definitely going to have an opportunity here. Kind of an anticlimactic end. You got to give it to them that they performed well, but I don't see that they're going to be able to come back from a double racks takedown like this.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, they really couldn't afford that kind of mistake. It kind of it's pretty much it. Hellflower gonna come out. Who had that one?
Probably Aluna.
If he was in range, thought he was out of range. He actually got that one. Looks like they're gonna try to man up and do something right here. Definitely hoping for some action, which they're gonna hang out just a little bit too long.
Yeah, if they can get a genocide on the Hellborn here, I think that they can maybe manage to push up and try and even things out, but it's just going to be so difficult to do, especially there's the token used. Valkyrie is coming back.
Go down to ward. There we
go. Oh, a little too late as they already abandoned ship. At least they're not going to be initiated on, but we've got a full roster for the Hellborn versus a full roster for the Legion, and that's kind of back to where they started.
Yeah, only 2 racks is down. Yeah, so that's a little unfortunate. I was gone. Apparently there was like a lot of interesting stuff that took place. It seemed like it was about to,
Yeah, I didn't know if you were going to be able to make it back, so I just manned up and just did a little bit of a solo cast without you there. Sorry.
I'm glad you did. Yeah, it was just something I couldn't really avoid. So I was asking some fairly important questions. So.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So it looks like Hellborn is going to go ahead and try and line up to finish this game off and go for the Megas now.
Yeah.
They're positioning themselves top.
Yeah, the Restoration Stone on Thunderbringer just came off cooldown, so they're definitely looking to push right now. Tablet of Command, Culture Sheepstick on Pyromancer, so he's jumping in on someone who's hopefully they said their, their final prayers because they're not going to have enough time once he jumps
Puzzle Box 3 instant pickup from Thunderbringer.
in. Nice.
So he got that flown into him. As here we go. Here comes initiation. Magnus jetted in there. Decided he's not going to bother with his ultimate this time. I guess. No, it's on cooldown for 3 more seconds. Why couldn't they have waited? But goes ahead and does that. Doesn't matter. Jeraziah does go ahead and go down. So there might be a chance for this Legion team. Yet no. Magnus comes in with a killer ultimate. Witch Slayer going to be going down most assuredly. Pebbles does go down. Where's Vindy at? Oh, okay, he's still full health and trying to run out of here, but he's Frostwolf now, and GG, buddy, GG. Oh, Bound Eye pick up on him, too. Didn't really come into play there, but this has to be GG since no one has ever recovered from the Megas, and definitely a good game, I would say. It was a fun watch. Sorry that we lost On a Prayer's insight and sure quick wit in some of those fun moments that we had there for a little while, but still a good game anyways. Glad that they did put up as good a fight as they did. I mean, SK went for an odd lineup. It worked for them. They had the nice little trolley bottom there with the 3 people, the double melee with the stun heal combination and another stun. So it was a good game. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely. From what I saw, it was enjoyable. It's always, I mean, that's why matchmaking was kind of fun to implement it. You knew that eventually you would actually get to be matched up against some players that you normally wouldn't have faced because they were climbing the ladder or whatever.
Yeah, and they don't go join in pub games. There's not too many often that you'll see a pub games like 1900 plus join only. So
yeah. The only time I can remember this actually way back in beta. You join a game and it'd be some. Be some players from 5 or We Are Pigs, but other than that, even like really early on, there was just like exclusive games, so it was kind of fun. So I guess it was nice for them that they got a chance to face the entire lineup of SK. So silver lining in that really stormy cloud.
And now they're famous for coming so close to almost beating SK, but not quite. So a good effort from them. I really did enjoy watching it. The ending score here being 39-36, so they still had the hero kill lead. But that doesn't add up to much whenever you end up throwing a crucial moment this late in the game.
Yeah, that one decision up there. If you're ever in that position, there's really no point in leaving your base. I mean, unless you're 100% guaranteed to win. The advantage of having a base with a base tower and the high ground on the ramp is the fact that you're forcing them to come to you. If you're leaving your base and just like fighting them on an even footing, I mean, there's really no point in waiting around. They could have just pushed. Oh.
Yep, lots of tears shed into beers tonight, I'm sure. So I want to thank everyone for joining us here. This has been Minoxen, and I guess I will say thank you to all the subscribers. If you enjoyed this video, do go ahead and give it the like, thumbs up, the comment down below. What if you need to have anything you'd like to say about the cast in general or item pickups, whatever you feel to, just go ahead and express yourselves. That's what it's for. So, thank you all for joining us. This has been Minoxen and On a Prayer, and we will catch you guys next time.